When we talk about bodybuilding greatest of all time, this is what you hear.
Everything, not just body, everything. Arnold has to be first.
Who's second?
I would go with Lee Haney. Lee Haney at his peak.
Classic physique is where I come from.
Yeah, buddy! I guess the other two would be Ronnie and Sergio.
Wait! These people were known for changing the game of bodybuilding, but very rarely will you hear this name.
To our winner tonight, Phil Heath!
At 40 years of age, Ronnie Coleman won his 7th Mr. Olympia title for the 7th consecutive time. But for Phil Heath, at just 37 years of age, he had already won his 7th Mr. Olympia title for 7 times in a row.
What is the mindset behind you wanting to do that consecutively and not getting tired after you win the first one?
Insanity, I guess. I don't know.
However, his long title reign came from humble beginnings. At a very young age, he knew he was born to win.
Coming to win.
In 2002, Phil went pro and contested in his first competitive professional bodybuilding show, and in 2005, he won the overall title at the NPC USA Championships, which earned him the right to compete as an IFPB pro, which he won twice in the following years. And just like that, his life was going on a good trajectory.
When I did my first Mr. Olympia contest, it was in 2008. I had turned pro in 2005. So I was like, okay, I'm kind of like a LeBron or a Kobe Bryant coming out of high school. Sponsorships, everything, everybody's attention's on you.
They have Dexter Jackson and Jay Cutler, center. In the title of 2008 Mr. Olympia. You can take it too. Dexter Jackson!
Phil Heath came third in his debut, making him the first novice to be placed in top 3 since Flex Wheeler in 1993.
Upon that night, I realized it's possible.
All right, welcome Las Vegas. How we doing? Are we ready for the most exciting Olympia in Olympia history? They call him the Gift, Phil Heath.
That following year, I'm thinking, well, I'm going to win this damn thing. You know, it's my first time. Like, I got third. I'm about to go ahead and beat these guys.
To reclaim the title for a third time, never been done before in the history of bodybuilding, Jay Cutler.
He's getting ready to go on stage, and he just told me straight up, like right before he went up on stage, he goes, Phil, I see everybody around the world. I wouldn't tell this to anybody. And I was like, come on, man, you know, like, don't BS me, you know what I'm saying? He's like, no, I wouldn't, I believe. Like, Jay Cutler just talking to Phil Heath? Because Jay wasn't talking to nobody.
And a lot of you guys, a lot of the fans and supporters, even if you guys weren't Jay Cutler fans, you guys seen all the battles I've done, and I'm here today for a new beginning.
I got food poisoning the night before. And we talk about things that you can't control.
Making his Olympia debut, please welcome competitor number 9, the Predator, Kai Green. 2-time Mr. Olympia, Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler takes the stage. He, of course, is from right here in Las Vegas, so he's got a lot of fans.
Please welcome to the stage competitor number 19, the Gift, Phil Heath.
Well, competing in just his 2nd Mr. Olympia, it's unusual that you would call a guy the least experienced bodybuilder in a contest, and yet possibly the best bodybuilder in the contest, and we're going to find out.
I don't know what it was, but I just remember having the EMTs come into my room at 5:30 in the morning that Friday, and they're telling me not to compete, and I said, you know what?
He may be too narrow when he stands next to Jay Cutler. It always comes down to...
So if I can just compete, I know I'm not going to win, but if I can just compete, I'll be all right.
Since you're looking at your 2009 Olympia top 6, Branch Warren, Victor Martinez, Kai Green, Jay Cutler, Phil Heath, and the defending champion, Dexter the Blade Jackson. And
I trained, I did the diet, I did all that stuff. Sometimes
our new Mr. Olympia, Jay Cutler.
So I placed 5th at that contest, and I was really disappointed because you go from 3rd to 5th, and
Mr. Olympia wasn't really working for him, so he decided to contest in the Arnold Classic and give it a try.
Well, in 48 hours, we're going to find out whether Kai Green can join 3 other champions that have won the Arnold Classic and went on to win the Olympia.
Judges that I'd like to see again, Dexter Jackson, please. Phil Heath, Kai Green, Branch Warren.
We're still working. We're a work in progress, and I think that I'm very positive. I feel very positive about what we're about to present.
We'd like to give you an idea of what the judges are looking for. It's a balance of size, symmetry, and muscularity. First, a front double bicep. This pose is designed to highlight bicep area, but obviously the rest of his body comes into play. Next up is our front lat spread, designed to show off the lat development, but once again, size, symmetry, and muscularity. Next up, 2 side shots. First, a side chest. Next, side tricep. The last pose, favorite most muscular, designed to show off muscularity from top to bottom. Every muscle squeezed, tightened, blow the air out.
I was up by 3 after prejudging. I lost by 7, which is a 10-point swing. I don't know how the judges got that one wrong.
So it was really small things, small details that made the difference.
I feel like breakdance. What does it feel like? It feels amazing.
I guess we made it very difficult for those judges to make the call. I mean, I don't think the score sheet was told the whole story.
Phil Heath came second to Kai Green, but this will not be the last time Phil Heath and Kai Green would cross paths again. Phil was just 30 years of age, while Kai was 34. They still had a long bodybuilding career ahead of them.
Well, second place always sucks. I'm not going to say, yeah, second place is great, but
while everybody else is, partying it up Saturday, whether they won or lost, they're all having a good time, eating pizza, doing this. I'm thinking about how I'm going to get better. And then 2010 comes. I say, you know what, I'm going to get my ass up. I'm going to go to the gym. I want to train so hard that I'm trying to make a compelling argument with God and the universe that even if he says no, he's going to be like, well, I got to give it to him because he's just too damn stubborn.
Hopefully it's going to be a great show. We have a great lineup once again this year. And I know a lot of guys are hungry. You guys seen a lot of build up for this competition. And
thinking, I'm back in it. I'm about to go do this. Got new sponsors. Got some extra money in my pocket. I'm motivated. I'm ready to kick some ass. I'm doing promos. I'm telling everybody I'm coming for you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that.
But I'm going to have to prove that. I'm going to have to go against each and every person that I'm being compared against, and I'm ready for the challenge.
Do you always answer a question by repeating the question?
Once again, great this year. I'm going for my 4th title, and I want to thank all the fans for coming out and supporting it, and everyone that's helped us get here.
It's going to be extremely difficult. It's not just Jay. You got an incredible group of talented guys up here this year, man. I think this is going to be one of the best Olympics ever. So,
I mean, of course, Dexter wants the title back, and Phil wants it back. Kai Green wants it. There's a lot of hype. Bob, you're king of the predictions, so maybe you can answer that question. Who's my biggest challenge?
But just like last year's Olympia, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? And I definitely was on my deathbed last year. Am I ready to beat Jay? I mean, we'll have to wait and see because I feel confident that I can win the entire show.
Phil's best mate in pro bodybuilding is Jay Cutler. So how cool was it not only to be standing knowing you're the top 2 in the world, but to be standing with your best friend, your mentor in pro bodybuilding, Jay Cutler.
So realistically looking at it, anyone can win this competition. And it's all who you stand next to.
I'm experiencing the journey, trying to enjoy it.
We're going to put on a great show for you guys, so thank you.
If I may have you in the center line, please.
I'm standing up on stage with Jay Cutler.
What were you saying to each other in those few moments?
We basically just walked through our entire relationship. When we had first met, April 4th, 2003.
In Olympia tradition, the next name you hear will be the winner of the 2010 Mr. Olympia.
And the announcer, his name is Bob Ciccarillo, and he always likes to to stall to create suspense for you guys.
The Olympia gold medal.
I'm here to do my job, and that's to win. That's it.
Jay Cutler!
I go home, I watch the video. I didn't deserve to win because I didn't own it. So that following year, I said, I'm not going to do any promos, nothing. until I own it.
While Heath took second, Kai Green took 7th place. Both of them were still in their prime and wanted to take the Olympia by storm.
John, right here at the LA Fit Expo with 4-time Mr. Olympia, 3-time Arnold Classic champion, Big J Cutler. Big J, signing autographs for your fans and doing all that good stuff. You look big as a house. What are you weighing these days?
Just about 300 pounds now.
Are you on your way up or are you on your way down? We got about 9 months to go.
I'm on my way up right now.
Your own trainer came out and said, as good as Kai is here, he's only 90%. So if that's 90%, what's 100% going to look like tomorrow?
We'll show you.
I just started, pretty much training about 4 weeks ago, and it's going good. I feel good.
Can you taste it? Try it. It's right there. Jay, let him rub
Rub it for some love there.
Go ahead, Kai. Not too much, not too much.
There you go.
I have to look in that mirror and I have to say it to myself one damn time and look at myself and be like, man, you ain't ready. Or are you ready? Really? Okay, go do it.
And he has his eyes on a whole different outcome this year. And when it comes to packing on muscle, there are a few guys that can rival Kai Green. The question is, did he make the necessary adjustments over what turned out to be a very big disappointment 1 year ago? Jay Cutler very much looks like he is ready. And after seeing Phil Heath, it's quite possible that we might have two guys that have hit it out of the park.
The first thing is just massive size and just unbelievable thickness. But again, I have to be very objective here. He looks a little bit off to me.
Again, just like last year, it came down to Phil Heath and Jay Cutler. Kai Green was now out of the picture.
I think we got two guys we haven't called yet.
The first place award, the Olympia gold medal, the check for $200,000, the Sandow Bronze Award, and the title of 2011 Mr. Olympia, Phil Heath.
When I won the Olympia in 2011,
Since backstage at a local contest, I said, who is that guy with those arms? And I told him, you can be the best someday. Little did I know that best was going to come against me.
and then for some reason, my life flashed before my eyes. It went all the way back to when I was a kid. I grew up in the inner city of Seattle.
Grew up in the Rainier Valley area with my mother and my stepfather, Jerry Dorsey. My parents had split, when I was like 2.5.
Coming home, house completely ransacked.
My first high school dance. I had to watch a guy get killed just because him and a buddy got in an altercation a couple times and he actually won the fight and lost his life.
But it showed every defining moment of my life, every why in the road.
I got done playing basketball in March of '02. Throughout that summer, I was still trying to play. I was playing in Pro-Am leagues, trying to get picked up, whatever, trying to live that dream. Started working out a little bit, but more for basketball than anything. Then I'm thinking, why am I putting my stress and time into this when I need to finish school, I need to look for work.
All these decisions, and then it was just like, and that's when the tears come, because you're like, you know what? All those little things got me here.
So in the interview, I remember you mentioned actually the origin of the gift, the name. And some people think you're the gift to bodybuilding.
No,
in reality,
not at all.
It was given to you.
Yeah.
And bodybuilding is actually a gift to you. Which
Yes.
I think we didn't use it in the film, but actually that was an important point that you made about you.
Absolutely.
All the way to the current time in 2011.
The greatest athlete on this stage tonight was Phil Heath.
When you talk about what kept me going, that moment right there was like, it's worth it. No one else knows what that feels like in this sport because I was the 13th Mr. Olympia champion.
Are you ready?
I respect these guys very much, but at the end of the day, I am Mr. Olympia. I have improved over the last 365 days, and I'm ready to do battle.
And the title of 2012 Mr. Olympia.
From the back, Kai is super conditioned, but when you look at the striations and the separation that Phil has, you can see, in my opinion, from the front, he looks to be more conditioned.
Phil Heath.
It's not about the competition anymore.
Phil Heath looking for his third Mr. Olympia this weekend here in Las Vegas.
Did you miss me last year?
Yeah, I missed me last year, and that's why I was just talking to Dave about that.
Jay Cutler about to sign his 2013 Olympia contract.
Already got runner-up last year.
What's going on? Read this, Phil.
Jay Cutler signing his 2013 Olympia contract. He said he wanted to be the first one. Give me the main reason why you beat Phil Heath in 2013. Why is Jay Cutler Mr. Olympia over Phil Heath?
Because I'll be better than ever.
At 40 years old, not sure about that, but I'll be 33, and all I got to do is go a little bit higher.
Got one more to see, and that is our defending champ.
And your final competitor from the USA, your two-time and reigning Mr. Olympia, the Gift, Phil Heath.
The fullness around his arms and shoulders and chest are outstanding, and that's going to be very tough for most guys to stand next to. We'll have to see when they stand them next to each other, which will be coming soon.
This is for me being three-time Mr. Olympia. This guy thinks he's going to be five-time. It's not going to happen. Can I get the pen?
$50,000 to the winner.
And Kai Green in the center spot, please.
What a moment.
It's about who won Mr. Olympia one time. Dexter Jackson, Chris Dickerson.
Folks, in Olympia tradition, the next name you hear will be your 2013 Mr. Olympia.
So each year I was like, okay, I got two.
Three-time Mr. Olympia, Phil Heath.
I got three. I'm tired with Sergio.
Of 2, 3, and 4, especially between Dennis and Kai.
I knew 2013 hurt him. I knew 2013 hurt him because it was a landslide.
I don't see anyone beating Phil Heath at this point.
While Jay Cutler was now out of the picture, the rivalry between Phil and Kai became more heated up.
So, Kai Green.
Yes.
I still remember that press conference when you guys went at it. I think it was
14?
14, yes.
It all started at the damn press conference. I'm dedicating this Olympia win to my late father, Don Heath, who passed away in March.
I respect your father. I respect anyone that has had a father. I didn't have one.
You know what? Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough.
He kind of plays up a certain persona, to get people on his side.
Listen, man, 2013 was 2013. 2014, every man came here to do their best, to win.
Kai Green's a very methodical, eccentric type of person. So, when you're going against him, you have to understand you're going against one of the hardest working bodybuilders that ever lived, that ever walked this earth.
The fact of the matter is that
the fact of the matter is you had the past. It's done.
And he was more vocal.
Was that real beef? I feel like at some point it got real.
It was real, I think, mostly because of our fans making it more real. I know that Kai had to play psychological warfare because this is bodybuilding. It's not MMA. It's not boxing. It's not even basketball or football, right? But I also knew that I was standing in his way. Yeah. And I have to acknowledge someone's angst, someone's, anger.
Kai, Phil wants to talk about the facts. Give me 3 facts as to why your physique will beat Phil Heath's on that stage Saturday night. 3 facts.
Here we go. Fact 1, we'll outweigh him by 40 pounds. Fact 2, we'll be wider. Fact 3, it's all over from the rear.
So you have to match that in your own way.
Phil, give me 3 facts as to why Kai can't beat you on stage.
2011, 2012, and 2013.
Right then and there, I knew I had a problem.
So I was like, yes, I got him.
Yep.
Now I'm in his head.
I said, tomorrow night, be prepared. He's going to do something stupid. So I struck a nerve. The bully got bullied.
We're going to get it on
Friday, Saturday night.
But that Friday, I just had a feeling that Kai was going to show up and do something silly because we had that press conference.
So now what is he going to do? He has to go up another level.
Side tricep. Well, I did have a side bet with my buddy Isaac Hines that there could be a...
And he's just pissed. And I'm like, got him.
Between these two. Kai's hair just hit Phil. Some physicality.
It felt like high school when everybody's like, fight, 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 fight.
In the muscle from the shoulders. Spread out, gentlemen. Hey! Oh! Here we go. Spread out!
Spread out! Presenting the first place award.
The greatest rivalry in bodybuilding.
One of the biggest rivalry in bodybuilding history was between Ronnie Coleman and Jay Cutler.
Hey, this is a show. Talk is cheap. You want to do something? Hey, we can do something right now.
What's it like out there, Ronnie? You're the number one man in this show. It's yours to win or lose. How do you feel?
Oh, I live for this. I'm having the time of my life. I'm having a lot of fun here tonight.
You know, I have great respect for Ronnie, but you know, people say this guy is unbeatable, and you know, I don't agree with that. Everyone's beatable on a certain day, and I'm gonna win this Olympia eventually if I don't win today.
Jay Cutler said you were 100% beatable. What do you say about that?
I say Jay Cutler smoking crack. He ain't in his right mind.
To the 2006 Mr. Olympia, Jay Cutler!
But the rivalry between Phil Heath and Kai Green was way bigger, more fiery and more competitive.
I think it is the greatest rivalry. I think it's bigger than Jay and Ronnie's just because they were friends. We weren't.
It's interesting. It's interesting. Yeah. We got a lot to process, and I still have a lot to be grateful for, and I'm in a wonderful position, and just got more work to do. And right on the top of my head, I'm still excited about getting the work done.
Tony Doherty here for NPC News Online with four-time Mr. Olympia, Phil Heath. What's that you got, Phil?
Man.
You love your bling, but this is crazy. Look at that.
This is amazing. I had no idea that they're going to 18 karat gold. Are you kidding me?
I got 4. I'm tied with Jay. Pissed him off. Okay? To the point where we barely even talk anymore, okay?
After this loss, Kai Green never went back to compete in the Mr. Olympia again.
And the title of 2015 Mr. Olympia, to your 5-time champion, The Gift, Phil Heath!
To 5.
And the title of 2016 Mr. Olympia, his 6-time Mr. Olympia,
there it is.
Phil The Gift
Phil Heath makes it 6 in a row, tying Dorian Yates.
There's another perch up there with this guy named the Austrian Oak, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm gonna see you up there.
While Phil Heath kept winning, Kai Green went into acting and podcasting.
What's up, folks at home? Wonderful family here at bodybuilding.com. Kai Green here, live, your boy, aka Mr. Getting It Done.
Look at these guys. They're incredible. We don't need Kai. We don't need it.
The 7-time Mr. Olympia, Phil The Gift Heath.
I'm just so thankful because when I started bodybuilding on October 8th, 2002, I had no idea that I would be standing on this stage one day winning the Mr. Olympia, let alone, being 7-time champion.
I've studied each and every opponent that's on the stage here. Phil is the 7-time Mr. Olympia for a reason. If there's one person on the stage that didn't train to be number 1 in 2018, they should not be on this stage. If you're training to be number 2, you should stay home.
So I go up there for my own 60-second, routine, and the crowd was happy.
He won 7 for a reason. So if Phil put it together and he come in, anywhere near his all-time best, it's gonna be very hard to beat, period.
And I exuded that confidence. I was like, F yeah, let's go.
And the title of 2018 Mr. Olympia,
Ronnie comes to my room around noon and he's like, we gotta talk. I was like, what? And he's like, it's really close, man.
And new Olympia champion!
Are you kidding me? You're joking, right? You're just, oh, man.
After winning the Mr. Olympia 7 times in 7 years, his reign finally ended in 2018.
It's been a long, long year from last Olympia. Broken jaw, mouth wired shut. Had to eat through a straw. Had to blend all my food.
Who did you think in 18 should have won Mr. Olympia?
Sean.
Oh, really?
No, why?
Midsection?
Not just midsection. He won it mentally.
Sean came in amazing condition. Sean held his condition very well. Phil also was in excellent condition, but Phil also had that problem with his stomach, and that really hurt him.
And I wanted to make a statement for this year's Olympia. And when I told people it's going to win the Olympia this year, a lot of people kind of laughed at me because I looked like I was about to be retired.
I just sensed Phil was laboring and working way harder than he should have been.
Nothing to take away, nothing to be ashamed of. He's still a great champion, arguably one of the best Mr. Olympias of all time. And he can come back and he can win it again, which would be even a better story.
He's gonna forget what I said, but I love Cutler.
He was the first athlete in the IFBB to call me after I lost in 2018. And he was the only one.
We're here to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the Arnold Classic.
And he basically gave me some much needed words of like, Phil, they didn't beat Phil that I know. They beat an injured one.
But I love him because he made me better.
What is Kai cooking at this moment?
Can you smell what the rock is cooking? Well, you know what? I'm cooking chicken these days, and I'm very excited about being able to do that.
It's your boy, aka Mr. Getting It Done. It's what time is it?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. AM.
Friday.
My wonderful counterpart here is none other than
Phil, I would love to communicate with you about a lot of different things that we could both do together.
So I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering how the hell in God's green earth, with all the seats on this bus, that you would catch both of us randomly being on the same row. Well, here we are. We're actually having an interesting conversation, very good conversation.
Kai Green is probably, if not the most dense bodybuilder we have ever seen. That includes Coleman.
One of the things, the thing that makes it work, the thing that makes it valuable and capable of being as dynamic as it was, I think, was that it mattered. Each man had an investment in that.
He wanted it, I felt it, and I knew it, and I loved taking it away from him.
Anything you want to say?
Man, well, I don't think I ever really gave you your props on camera.
No, he ain't never gave no props, man. But
I've given you your props behind the scenes. I pulled you aside and talked to you.
A little bit.
He made what the Dream Killer is today.
This guy. Oh, I don't even know how I'm supposed to act around here. Yeah.
The same bag.
Same fucking bag too.
Why didn't you bring it?
Stop playing. Where the bag at?
Yeah, exactly.
It's in the room, bro. Where the bag at?
It's in the room, man, you know.